Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm the Timmeister and welcome back to Dunswell. In this episode, I want to get into policies. Alright, so as you can see here, wait, let me show you a little bit better. Let's go into the districts view. As you can see, the city of Dunswell is divided up into a large collection of districts, okay? And each district, as you can see below, is subject to a number of policies. I think there's some policies that we could apply to the whole city that may benefit us. So I'm going to be going through that today. And also, I'm probably going to be applying some policies to individual districts. You know, not every district is going to be able to take advantage of every policy, and I don't want to just apply a blanket of policies to the whole city for no reason. So we're going to get into the specifics of that in just a minute. All right. What the heck is this? Why is there holes? There's holes in some of these districts. There, fixed. That's weird. Anyway, okay, so let's go through this. I haven't actually spent a ton of time playing with city policies, so this could be interesting. So I'm just going to read through them. Let's go through all of our policies and see which ones we can apply to the whole city, and then I'll go and apply some specific policies if we can afterwards. So first one here is power usage. Energy conservation is important, and the best way to do it is by installing energy meters in buildings. Moderately reduces electricity consumption. Upkeep $5 per building. I don't know how many buildings we have. Is there a way to check like how many individual buildings we have in the city? I don't know. Park maintenance, industrial. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know down in the comments if there's actually a way to see how many individual buildings we have. Because like how would you know? How can you like properly plan how much this is going to cost you instead of like counting every building in the city? Anyway, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to enable this policy because, you know, we're generating plenty of electricity. Our nuclear power plant over there is doing a great job. Water usage. Yeah, okay, so that's our next policy, which moderately reduces our water consumption, but also costs $5 per building. We're okay as far as water availability goes, but I think actually, if I remember, over here by our nuclear power plant, for whatever reason, I forget why, but I shut off some of these pumps. I should probably re-enable those. Yeah, it makes a pretty decent bump. So anyway, we're good as far as water goes for the next little while anyways. And plus, when we're not good with water, whether it be like sewage or water pumping, we can just place more pumps. So I'm not going to enable this. Smoke detector distribution. So this is kind of the same idea. Basically, okay, so this significantly reduces the risk of fire, but it also costs $5 per building. I don't know. Our weekly income is like all over the place. I think overall, I feel like we're kind of bouncing around like the breaking even mark every week. Some weeks not so much. Some weeks I am making a profit. So I don't really want to play too much with anything that will cost us too much money. Pet ban. I don't even want to read this. Well, let's read it. Slightly reduces garbage accumulation, slightly decreases happiness. No, I'm not banning pets. That's a terrible policy. Recycling, what does this do? Big part of environmental sustainability. It also helps keep the neighborhoods looking tidy. With a small investment in recycling technologies and waste containers, you can make your city neat. Slightly reduces garbage accumulation, slightly reduces tax income. How much tax income will we lose with this policy? It doesn't say. But I do like the idea of keeping the city clean. And what about how is our garbage situation right now? So Landfill usage is high, but we are processing a lot of garbage. You know what? I think in an effort to reduce our garbage accumulation, I will do this. But actually, before we go any further, weekly policy expenses. So they're around 40,000. Oh, I can't have both those windows on at the same time. Okay, so if I remove that... Oh, yeah, okay. That's not costing us a ton more. I think we could greatly benefit from having the city be a little bit cleaner. Smoking ban. Slightly increases health, decreases happiness. Health is not too much of an issue right now, 88%. I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm not going to ban smoking. Parks and recreation. Makes your parks and plazas the envy of the country. Moderately increases land value around parks and plazas. Increases the park and plaza budget by 20%. Can I see how much our parks are costing us? Weekly park income. Wait, that just increases our budget. Expenses. 17,000. I don't know, is that worth it? Is it going to increase it like so much that it'll be worth it? I don't know. Doesn't really say. Well, no, it only yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Education boost. Prioritizes education over working for young adults. Increases education budget by 25%. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't want my citizens to become over-educated. Because if I look over here in our population, young adults make up about 23% of the population. So let's just say a quarter. Oh my god. Unemployment is at 12%? Holy. Jobs available, 48,000. People employed, 43,000? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, yeah, of course, yeah, because we have, like, children and teens and seniors in there. Okay, it does make sense. I'm just an idiot. Okay, let's keep going. Recreational use. What? Oh my god, you can legalize weed in city skylines. Holy crap, guys, look at this. Slightly increases tax income, moderately increases tourism, slightly reduces crime rate, increases police budget by 15%. How much is our police budget? Here, 33,000. Oh no, that's fire. Weekly police department bank, 29,000. But you know what? The increase in tourism probably will help us out a little bit. Let's do it. There, let's make the city full of potheads. Free public transportation. Nope, that's probably not a good idea. You know, we are losing quite a bit of money right now. I'm gonna have to watch out what I enable here. I'm gonna have to, like, revise our budget here at some point, guys. I don't like the amount of money we're losing. Sometimes we're making money, sometimes we're not. It's kind of all over the place. Okay, so next one is schools out. What's this? Citizens will prefer working over education. So that... No, I don't really want to do that. Harsh prison sentences. Double the usual prison sentences. What does that do? It doesn't decrease crime or anything? Okay. Extra insulation. Dunswell is in a reasonably warm climate, so I'm not playing with, like, heat or anything like that, so I'm not gonna touch anything there. Helicopter priority. If there is an emergency in the area, services will use helicopter instead of ground vehicles. Okay. Traffic is all right in the city. It could be improved, but I don't think it's to the point where people are, like, dying in ambulances because they can't get to a hospital. I think where this policy would make sense is maybe, like, up here in the mountains where, you know, an ambulance may have to drive, like, a long ways to a hospital. But in the city, I don't think it's much of a problem. Citizens prefer ferries for moving in the city. I'm not going to do that because we only have one ferry terminal. High ticket prices. What does this do? Raises public transportation price by 25% to get more profit, but it results in less people using it. Don't think so. Switch advertisement on blimps to be educational posters to boost education slightly. No cost. Sure, let's do that. But at the same time, I think I don't want like blimps flying all over the city. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that to the central business district. Educational blimps. And maybe like here too. Around the Dunswell Institute of Technology. Plus, I don't really want to like clutter the whole city with these little icons. I mean, little pothead icons are they're a little annoying to be honest, but whatever. Okay, where were we? We're getting through here. Recycling plastic. Recycling centers work with 20% more efficiency. Cost $100 per recycling center per week. Okay, well we don't have a ton of recycling centers. We only have like what, 3 or 4 in the city, something like that. I think we have one over here. We have a bunch of like recycling processing buildings. So yeah, this would end up costing us a few thousand more. But we are running out of landfill space, and our garbage processing is like good because we also enabled recycling. Because of that, I don't think... No, I'm not going to enable this. I think just the recycling policy does a pretty good job because it like maxed out our processing status. Prefer parks. What is this? So tourists in the area choose to visit parks more often than unique buildings. Parks, plazas, park areas draw 10% more visitors, but then it costs $100 more per park, plaza, or park area in the policy area. No, I don't think I'll do that. Park maintenance boost increases the park maintenance vehicle's shift length by 50%. Cost $80 per park maintenance service building. That's not bad. We don't have a ton of park maintenance buildings. But then what does that do? It increases the maintenance vehicle shift by 50%, but nah. Free Wi-Fi. I'm a super pro free Wi-Fi kind of guy. So it basically provides subsidized access points for everybody. So it reduces the amount of mail accumulation in the area by 15%, but it also costs $2 per building. Now if I enable this for the whole city, it's going to cost us $2 per building, and we have a few thousand. But as I was reading that, I just got reminded of something. Where is this? Oh, yeah. So, post offices. We only have a couple in the city, which is kind of a problem. I should be placing more. Because right now, what do we have? We have one processing building over here and a handful of post offices. I think there should be more in the city. So, I think there should be one in like every corner of the map. So I think I'll place one over here by the university. Brightwood needs a post office, absolutely. Right here. I could maybe place one over here. No, that's probably all right. Well, sure. I'll place one over here somewhere. No, I'll wait. Sorry, guys. I'll wait till we start expanding. And then over here in Port Hope, of course, we need one here as well. Let's see. Oh, right here. Perfect. There, we got coverage for pretty much the whole city. Industrial Island, I don't think it really needs one because there's no residential development there, so it's fine just the way it is. Okay, well, let's keep going. And I'm not going to enable that policy just because of the added cost. Like $2 per building, that's... yeah, it ain't going to be cheap. Automated sorting, what does this do? Introducing automated sorting to post office sorting facilities. Okay. So it will increase not only mail capacity, but also sorting rate. Increases mail capacity by 10%, costs $300 per post office service building. Now, what is post office sorting facility? Post office. So, yeah, I think it increases the cost for like any post office building. But is there... I just want to see here if there's any like mail post offices. Yeah, I just want to see how everything is operating. What's going on here? Oh yeah, there. Efficiency. Post offices active and active. What does this mean? Oh, I see. Okay, so the house colors represent how efficient we're working, which is not very good. But it is getting better. Look at that. All of the buildings that were in red are turning blue. Just because we've added some more post offices. Look at that. Okay, so I think it's just a matter of time before the post offices really kick in. Oh, I don't have one in Hawthorne Hills. I need one there too. Where? No, why not? Right there. Okay, so what was this policy again? Automated sorting. So that costs $300 per city, but per city post office building. But it also increases mail capacity by 10%. I'm not going to enable that. I think with the added amount of post offices that I just placed down, this should help the situation. For-profit education. So all education facilities become for-profit and students are required to pay tuition fees to attend school. But isn't that the case? Education buildings upkeep minus 50%. Cost reduce citizens' happiness. Well, isn't that like, aren't we generating tuition fees 0? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, well that's right. I enabled that policy a while back. We're down to a 3-star university, guys. 1 episode later. Alright, so with that enabled, we're now generating 10,000. What about over here? What are we generating? 0? What the heck? Oh god, well, I must have enabled everything here at some point. So we're generating 2,000. Oh, okay, well that's because we've downgraded the Dunswell Institute of Technology to a level 1. Wow. Only 549 students. That's why we're not generating a ton of money. But why wouldn't we enable this policy? Because it reduces the cost of our education buildings by 50%. But it reduces citizen happiness. But our citizens are pretty happy overall. You know, life isn't always like rainbows and sunshine, so I'm going to enable this. And let's see what kind of difference it makes. You know, I forgot to check how much it was costing us, but I think over here was like, what, 57,000 or something? Yeah, I forget. But anyways, it certainly reduced the cost of maintaining these universities. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna leave that enabled. Book fair. So the last 3. The local public libraries organize a book fair that increases happiness and entertainment within the public library's radius. Costs public libraries upkeep increased by 100%. Oof. So we only have a handful of public libraries. So if I go here, public libraries, I have 4 in the city. And I'm not really going to like place down a whole bunch everywhere. I don't think there's a huge like advantage to doing that, because there's only 70 users in the whole city and we have a capacity of 764. Okay, so placing a bunch of these is not gonna have any advantage. But let's just check, how much is this costing me? Holy crap, this costs me 600 a week. Wow. Okay. So basically, if I enact that policy, each one is going to cost us 900 a week, so 4,000 a week. No, I don't think I'll do that, because what does it do? Oh yeah, it just increases the happiness and entertainment. No, I don't think it's that. It's not really worth it. Fishing license. The city offers a fishing license to citizens in exchange for a small amount of money. Increases all residential tax income by 5%. Reduces citizen happiness and increases crime by 5%. No, I'm fine. You know, we're making good bank now, so. Tourist travel card. What does this do? So the city will receive an 8% tourist boost, but increases inner city bus network upkeep by 15%. I mean, what's that costing us anyway? Bus expenses costing us 10,000, almost 10,000, but we're only generating 2,000. Now, is it worth it? Is that 15% expense increase gonna balance itself out by the increase in tourism coming into the city? That's a great question, and I would love to find out. So I am going to enable this. There. Okay. Well, in terms of policies, that's pretty much it. Well, in terms of services, taxation, I don't really want to do anything with that. If there's any like tax policy that I enable, it'll be for specific districts and not the whole city. So I don't want to touch anything there. Let's quickly go through the city planning policies that we can enact on the whole city. And then in just a minute here, I want to enact some specific policies for certain districts. Now let's just breeze over this real quick. Small business enthusiasts, low density commercial buildings double their sales, but it also costs $2 per low density commercial building to do that. But then we generate more tax revenue off of those sales, I bet. So it's always a question of like, do the benefits outweigh the cons of each policy? And there's no clear way to see that, which kind of sucks. It would be cool if there would be a chart like right here on the screen that would tell us like, okay, what's our current expenditure, and like, you know, without having to bounce back between like the budget window and, you know, income from commercial zones. Anyway, yeah, I'd have to like really study how this would work, and I can't really fit that into one episode. So high-tech housing, I certainly don't want to do that. We actually have a district that has that policy over here in Hemlock Heights, which is looking really nice at the moment. Look at that, all high-tech buildings, and all of like high-tech houses too. Like, isn't that cool? So I don't want to do that for the whole city, so let's avoid that. High-rise ban, nope. Heavy traffic ban, nope, let's not do that. Encourage biking. Bike ban on sidewalks. See, this might be interesting, like from a realism standpoint, like, you know, cyclists on sidewalks, I agree, is kind of against the law, as it should be, but the city doesn't really have the infrastructure to support biking right now, so I don't want to enact this policy. But I know that at some point I'm gonna have to overhaul the whole city's road network and put in some more bike lanes. So at that point, it might be a good idea to enable this. NIMBY, no loud noises in the night. I'm not really playing with night mode on, so I'm gonna skip that. Old Town. Only residents and businesses can use the area for... Oh, no, not really. Request tallest buildings to install lightning rods on their roofs to lower the likelihood of them catching fire during a thunderstorm. I'm not playing with weather, so I'll skip that. VIP area. Any and all shelters in policy area are reserved only for citizens living in the policy area. Oh, this must be for... Yeah, that's for like the disasters DLC, which I'm not really playing with disasters. Fast recovery. No. No rebuilding. Forbid rebuilding on lots with destroyed buildings. No. Combustion engine ban. Is there even electric vehicles in this game? No, I'm not going to ban combustion vehicles. And I'm not going to force people to only have electric cars. Not yet. Zoned industrial buildings need to filter their waste, making them pollute the ground a lot less. This isn't really a big problem. So in terms of pollution, like, pollution isn't really that big of a problem in City Skylines, because any pollution that's created, you just have to, like, not have any residential near them. So, like, of course, most of the city's pollution is here on the island. There's no real benefit to reducing the pollution. And same as, like, over here, I made sure that no residential buildings were anywhere near the pollution areas, and nobody's complaining. So there's no real benefit to enacting this policy. It would just cost a lot for no real reason. Boost connections. Oh, what does this do? Outside connections in the area can handle more vehicles carrying tourists, increasing the amount of visitors in the city. Outside connection traffic increased by 20%. Applies to boats, planes, trains, and private cars. Cost $10,000 a week. Oof, can we afford that? And is it worth it? I don't really want to enable this right now. I mean, the city has a pretty healthy tourism industry anyway. Workers' union slightly increases adult citizen happiness, reduces residential tax income by 2%. Ooh, that's expensive, and I don't think it's really worth it. Automated toll. Oh, yeah, okay. I actually enabled this policy on a specific district over here in Hawthorne Hills. You can see the little icon right here. The reason being, traffic was a nightmare here at one point, and I forget if I did this off camera or not. But I enabled this policy, and as you can see, traffic is just smoothly flowing through our toll booths. And I don't really care that much about the income that's being lost. 30% is, like, from a toll booth isn't going to be huge. But honestly, should I enable the policy over here? See, like, these vehicles, you see how they have to stop versus the other toll booth where they can just go through it. There's not a ton of traffic here yet, so I don't think I'm going to enable this policy. Maybe once we start to, like, develop this whole area, it may become a problem because everybody's going to be using this bridge more. But I'll wait it off. Industry 4.0. All industrial workplaces are for well and highly educated citizens. Increases production output by 50%. Reduces workplaces by 30%. Per zoned industry. I know there's not a ton of zoned industry, but we are dealing with quite a high unemployment rate, so it's probably not a good idea right now. Sustainable fishing. So what does this do? Decreases fish yields by 10% and increases fishing harbor upkeep by 50%. Increases citizen happiness by 15%. Commercial income from goods up 5%. No, I'm not going to do that because... Nah. What's this? Decreases fish yield by 25%. Increases citizen happiness by 20%. No, not going to do that. Airplane tours. The local aviation club starts organizing airplane tours. Increases building plane count. Entertainment and city attractiveness. Okay, and then the cost of that is increasing building noise pollution by 50%. I'm not going to enable that, but I may enable it for a specific district. So in the future, what I want to do is I want to have Brightwood to have an airport, but I don't want to place down like any of these airports because like any other like if I were to place down this airport, it would probably steal like 2/3 of the traffic going through Dunswell Airport. Kind of like the zoo. If I plop down a zoo or a university or any other kind of building that was in the vanilla game, it steals a lot from the DLC, like zoos and universities and whatnot. So I don't want to do that. But the alternative is to place down... Oh, I was on it. The Aviation Club. So it's just a cute little airport. And I want to place one down in Brightwood. So whichever district that airport goes into, I'll enable the Aviation Club policy. So, guys, that is pretty much it as far as city policies. I know we didn't cover, like, every single one. I didn't read through, like, every tax policy and stuff does. But I think this is a good start. The city is now full of pot-smoking hippies who love to recycle. So, it's a good day for the city. So, anyways, that's what happened this episode. I enacted policies. So we went through policies, and I'm glad I did because I've been wanting to do that for quite a while. And I think what I'm going to do in the next episode is focus on our public transportation network, because traffic is a nightmare in some areas of the city, but in some other areas it's fine due to there being good public transportation, of course. And one thing I really want to do specifically is to develop our public transportation network over here in Victoria, because there's none, and you know the city has expanded quite rapidly over here. So I would love to create a bus network over here. Same thing as in Brightwood. There's things that can be improved on, and I'm sure like downtown as well. So that's what I'll be getting into the next episode. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, consider leaving a like. Consider subscribing to the channel as well if you like my content. And until the next episode, take care.